Morgan McCrashley, you've been busy with your investigations, busy with your own work for a while, when a letter arrives from your good friend slash co-worker slash untrustworthy associate Franco, informing you that Howard Barnes is dead and the society is investigating and asking if you had the time, if you could call around to Grosvenor Square and lend a hand untangling this mystery.
I will be short. I'll be surely going first thing in the morning when I receive the letter.
Well, it would probably be, I think by this point, late afternoon by the time you receive the note. Yes.
Okay, I will go. Right away then. So because I know there are late people there, so I will go right away once I receive the letter.
So, as you arrive over to the society, I believe at this point everyone is just finishing up afternoon tea. Courtesy of James, you can see the remains and crumbs of scones and sandwiches on plates. I don't think there's much left to eat, but James shows you through to the library and fetches an extra cup for some tea. And you see seated in the library are Franco, Augustus, and Maddie. Mortimer
Morgan?
had been called away to attend some business at his shop.
Good afternoon, good people.
I'm gonna walk up to Morgan, look him dead in his eye, and give him a massive bear hug.
Oh, I'm happy to see you, Augustus. It's really good to see you.
Morgan, I've been hired on. I'm officially a member of this grand society.
I'm happy to have you, really.
Have half of my last stone. You look famished.
Yeah, I just came back, so thank you.
Right. You can tell that Augustus looked slightly sad when he sees his scone getting devoured, but he knew it was the right thing.
If James is still in the room, I'll nod at him knowingly, and he'll go get a sandwich or something for Morgan.
I heard the bad news. How far are you on it?
Well, we know we have a couple of notes of his, and we know about an antiquarian that he's met that we want to meet up with, and ask a couple of questions.
Yes, about the antiquarian. I've lost my thought. Let's not deal with that gentleman today. Dr. Davenport was going to speak with him since he is working with distant family on some things. So I believe Dr. Davenport wanted to speak with him. We do need to speak with the police about obtaining records that Inspector Barnes was looking at before his unfortunate passing, so that we can have permission to retrieve those same reports. We were denied at the library.
I think that's probably something for Mr. McCrashley, as he's already, in the business of normal investigations. I think that sounds like.
Did you receive a note or something from Barnes before he passed away?
his wife asked us to look into it because in his diary, just opening up, that's the wrong one. Bonds, not Bitwells. Exactly. And there's like meeting us in there. As something that he'd planned, but he never got to us. Right? There's this, there's been a bit of an issue with him, being, having to catch all the debris or investigations kept throwing about. And so I think he didn't want to involve us in whatever he was finding, and came up to a point where he felt like he had to, and then he turned up dead in the Thames.
So no asking,
No.
Oh, from our parents. Could you help us? Do you know how he died? Because you don't know how he died. So maybe they're going to the morgue, maybe to see if the analysts have something more about the corpse of Dr. Barnes.
Well, we were there already, or more like Miss Carter and Dr. Davenport were there.
Yes. The mortician said that there was nothing unusual about Inspector Barnes's body, but there was an unusual occurrence for the gentleman who passed, the murder he was looking into. It seems as if his heart was removed from his body by neither knife nor claw. It looks as if it was pulled out of his body by force from the inside.
Some kind of telekinesis or something like that?
Some sort of sorcery. We still need to determine who he is.
What is telekinesis?
It's some witchcraft or something like that. You can move objects just by looking at them or pointing at them, and they move by itself.
Ugh. Supposed to move things with big, strong arms. It's God intended.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yes. But in regards to Inspector Barnes, there was nothing unusual about his death other than that he drowned. And there was nothing inside of his lungs except for river water. No crustaceans of any sort.
Franco, we have, do you want to tell Morgan about our interactions with the water?
Wait, I mean, so the guy was drifting in the Thames, right? And we've got told where they found him. They found him floating. So they picked him out somewhere after that one bridge that I can't read the name of. I'm just pointing at the map. The Blackfriar Bridge a bit afterwards. So I was thinking if he got shoved down there, or one of them, we might see something. And I was just thinking we know that there's creatures inside the water, and maybe they'd just tell us if we ask nicely.
Yeah, we did see something in the water that didn't seem normal, and then Franco started whispering at the water, which then made me mad. And I started yelling at the water, which probably not the sanest thing, but I yell when I get mad.
What?
Yeah, we saw we saw a humanoid, and kind of like makes a face like, I think I said that right. Thing in the water. I saw it. Franco saw it. Then we went to the shoreline, and Franco started talking to the water, which made me mad.
I mean, it's been gone by that time, probably. I think, maybe. I mean, it was gone about half a second after I saw it, but
Then I yelled at a fisherman, I think.
So, who has been speaking with the Belfonts?
somebody spoke with the Belfonts.
I'm looking at Franco.
I've only spoken with
Yes.
the doctor to talk to keep him. Oh right, back then I did speak with that last Belfont, didn't I? When we were in the
Belfonts
sanatorium with that last guy.
worshipped a deity, and that deity was a connection with the water, and one of the abilities that Augusta had was being able to drown people while they stood on dry land. And if you're talking to the water and you're seeing creatures in the water that don't belong there, then you must know something or are starting to read things. Or you
I haven't read any of the things.
You have.
I haven't touched any of the books of any of them.
And you spoke with the last Belfont that's in the sanitarium.
I mean, yeah, but he didn't have anything particularly about deity. I mean, he was talking about it, but he wasn't explaining anything.
Do you remember what you say to the water?
I mean, I was just asking it whether it saw where our friend fell in.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you another way. Since the Belfonts, since we went to the sanatorium, did something change? Did you acquire something? Did you read a book, a special book? Did
No.
you had I don't know? Did you keep some documents about this case?
No.
A file or something?
Did you go to their house?
I think I and Mr. McCrashley and Mr. Davenport were there at one point. And I crashed into that was where I fell through the floor.
I wasn't there for that, but
And they had to pick me up
do you have
out
anything of theirs? Anything of their personal belongings is probably going to be corrupted.
No.
Are you sure you didn't pick up any books or anything and read them?
No, I didn't read any books.
And when we picked you, it was not at the Belfonts. It was at
The thing with the obelisk, wasn't that the Belfonts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was the above. Yeah, indeed. Okay. Because I pick you up in a few places, in the graveyards, and on the.
Maybe I'm just very, very exhausted mentally.
Yeah.
I might have not actually seen it and just projected it because I knew that there were things. I'm not even certain.
I
Are
turned
you
to
shell
Augustus.
shocked?
You saw it too, though, right?
Yeah, I
But
did.
you spoke to it as well.
No. But what happened was he started whispering to the water about what he saw, and that made me mad because I didn't understand why he was doing it. It seemed crazy. So I started yelling at the water, And the fisherman looked at us, I think, and I yelled at the fisherman. I really
Sure.
only have a couple
Yes,
names.
keeper.
Point of clarity. He was not a fisherman. Do not eat fish from the River Thames in 1888.
Boatman. Gotcha. It was a bloke on a boat, and he was looking at me, and it made me mad, and I would have slapped him, but I didn't want to get in the water.
Do you remember what the creature told you, Franco?
It didn't. I mean, it did. Did it answer? It didn't even see anything anymore. I mean, I saw it from the top of the bridge. I went down, and then I whispered to the water and asked. And I don't think I really got an answer.
I don't recall you.
Because it's water. I mean,
Franco, are you shell-shocked?
I haven't had any contacts with any shells. Neither seashells nor gun shells. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Franco, are you okay?
Do I look okay?
No, you don't look okay.
Good, that's questions answered.
Why would you talk to water?
I was thinking I might get an answer.
That's
you-
not good.
But you didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, if I had an answer, I would have had an answer right now.
The fact that you thought you could get an answer, I am not okay with this.
I mean, there's people that get answers.
From water?
I mean,
Only those who sign a contract with the devils that live.
I see.
Wait, there are devils? Oh, jeez.
Have you been in contact with the cube?
With what?
The cube.
Oh, the weird thing with the other thing. Oh, yeah. No. I think that one is still here somewhere, isn't it?
But that's why I'm asking you, have you been in contact with it?
No.
Have you played
no,
with it?
No.
At some point, I'm going to sit down with someone and I'm going to get a full explanation of all the insane esoteric stuff that has happened before me. But what I will say for Franco is when we went and we asked our questions, he was normal and kind and compassionate and the same typical Franco that he's always been. He's always been weird. His brother's weird. I've known them or known of them for a while. He didn't mean to do anything bad. Technically, I also spoke to the water, albeit not quite in the same way, but I think he's okay. And if he's not, I'll take care of Franco.
A matter for another time. But why I'm scared, to be honest, is I'm not saying you insane or something. I'm just scared for you because what we know about Belphons, what they can do, they can drown people on the earth, on the flat earth. So they can look at someone and they can drown the person right where he stands. And he was speaking with the deity of the water, and now you are speaking with somebody, or with the deity of the water, or a creature of the water. So I don't want something happening to you. That's why I'm asking, Franco.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple of dreams.
Dreams?
I mean, like floating in the water or something, but not any talking with anybody.
You just floating.
Yeah. And like some water plants and stuff.
What
so-
do the plants look like?
Like plants.
Like normal plants?
I mean, I'm not like a biologist or anything, but it didn't look too odd.
Time out. You were floating on the water, or you were in the water?
Underwater.
Underwater. Okay,
Yes.
so it's not floating. That's
Yeah, no, but also not like drowning. More like floating. right? Not like keep staying on one height underwater.
Were you able to breathe without breathing?
I don't know. I didn't worry about it.
So you didn't wake up scared because you were drowning, for example.
I think I woke up suddenly. I don't remember anymore. It's been a while.
Okay. I never had any fears about water until I met all of you. This is horrifying. With that being said, maybe we'll put a pin in our aquatic affairs and try to bring some justice to the widow.
Also, I thought we know that it wasn't one of the land drownings because there was no
crustaceans in the lungs.
Exactly.
But the fact that you felt like you could talk to the water and get a response back concerns me deeply.
And she's saying this, you know.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk to somebody about it to get that looked at.
Not Dr. Nathan Lake, please.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get him anyway anymore. Isn't he in his own sanatorium as a guest?
Oh, I missed that episode.
Well, we have reason to believe that it's possible that Inspector Burns was possibly talking to Charles Belfont, and I'm going to gesture at Barnes's diary. Look here, May 1st, Albrook, CB. He had to have gone there to talk to him. Or to look into him.
To Belfont.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go talk to him?
Possibly.
Okay.
Has the Mr. Lake has already been in his own sanitarium, right? So who's the guy that is taking care of Mr. Lake? And because that's the one that has to have talked with names are difficult. My brain just doesn't like what names. Not Bidwell, not Belfont, Barnes. There you go. On all of B. There you go. With he had to have talk with Barnes, so maybe we can get information there on what he was up to, on his plans, on his potential opponents.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What was the date of when we found his body?
They found his body on the 5th, correct, Keeper? Because it's now the 7th?
Yes.
Who is HP?
That's the antiquarian.
We were going to go talk to him. That was one of our main.
So that's for tomorrow. I know we don't go to see the librarian because we left this out for Davenport. So what are the points? We go see if we can
speak with the police about possibly getting permission to look at the records that that Inspector Barnes was looking at before his passing.
All right. So
Mr. Green, Mr. Bernice, were you able to determine anything at the Red Lion?
We did
any information there?
We got the name of the victim. We spoke to the barmaid and a dock worker. And then we went back to his house, correct?
Yeah.
And then that's where we got the card.
The name of the victim of his case that he was working on.
Yeah.
So there's 2 bodies, his and the victims. And the victims, the one is the one with the sucked out heart thing.
Yes.
And the bearded
was-
man went into their room. Sorry to interrupt. I apologize. The victim at the inn, they went upstairs with a bearded man. The bearded man was never seen.
All right. What was the name of the victim?
One moment.
Name.
Quentin Matthews.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then we can look into the victim and what he was doing and why he was targeted.
We have things that we can all do. We just have to make a decision as to how we want to do them and then who's going to do them. Preferably, to be honest, I think that we should not. I think we should stay together on all of these things.
I'm sorry to say this, but I think I need a little bit of space from Mr. Bernice.
Okay.
You know what? Let's call today a day off, and tomorrow first thing tomorrow morning, we meet at the police station, or we can meet here and come from here to the police station. But if Miss Carter has to take a little time off, so I think it's best to meet at the police station. Yeah, we're going to start with that. Miss Carter, do you want to be there as well and meet us there?
I think that I should definitely be there to speak with the police.
I am more than welcome to stay behind. That is no problem whatsoever to me.
Okay, I'm going to, while we are speaking with police, I would like you to go to see the mortician again. And I want to know if the water Barnes had the water he had in his lungs, I want to see if it's the same as the temps. If I want to see if that has been analyzed, if the water is actually the same.
He
Yes,
had
Keeper.
told you that it was river water in his lungs.
River water, but the same, because it could be another other river water. Has it been polluted like the Thames? That was one of my question actually. But if it's
that was the information you got from Dr. Peterson. It was river water, and he saw nothing unusual about the drowning.
Okay, so no mortician.
I will find something to do with my time. Don't you worry. I'll have an idea. Maybe I'm just gonna ask something about alienness or something. I mean, if everybody's worried about my mental state, then it's probably a reason for that. And I should probably go to have that take a look at the old noggin. Old.
Just don't go near water, please.
Sure.
Okay. So is the plan to all get a good night's rest and then Maddie and Morgan going to the police station in the morning? Augustus, are you going as well, or are you following other lines of inquiry with Franco?
I will ask Franco in the morning if he wants me to go to the alienist with him, and if not, I would accompany Madam Carter and Mr. McCrashley to the police station.
I'm fine. I don't need you to be there with me, though. I'm okay with it.
I pat you on the head and say, "Go get him."
Okay. In which case, before we move on to the next morning, Franco, Would you kindly make me a power roll?
So evil.
Oh, Franco. So, Franco Bernice, you settle down for a good night's sleep. And as has happened many nights before, you find yourself sinking down into dreams. Dreams of sinking and floating in this deep, dark, black water. The shapes of the city rising up around you on all sides, the forest of kelp swaying back and forth with fish darting back and forth in the depths. And you find yourself drawn inexorably forward towards these great stone doors down in the murk and the sand. And as ever, you feel a presence, someone right behind you, someone there with you. And this time as you turn, you see you are not alone. The figure there, floating suspended in the water as you are. And like you, she appears to be human. She is a young woman with dark hair and this white dress on, and she seems almost surprised to see you there. She opens her mouth as if to say something, but the words are lost in the depths of the water. And then you feel something reach out for you. Some unseen force grabs hold and wraps its way around you, pulling you down deeper into the dark, to the cold and the murk. And as you're pulled down, you feel you lose your sense of yourself for a moment. And we will find out just what happens to Franco Bernice in a short while. Because the others of you have an appointment to keep in that morning, where Franco has business elsewhere. So, whilst Franco dreams, the rest of our 3 investigators convene outside the police station.
Madam Carter.
Please, I'm not a madam. I am a miss.
Miss Carter. Sorry, I'm
Thank
not
you.
an educated or formal man. I do the best I can. I will make a note. I don't like cops, and they don't like me. So
Are you
I'll
sure you want to be here then?
I know cops very well. I know how they think, so I can be an asset. But I'm probably not going to do a lot of talking. Just you might have to rein me in.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. McCrashley knows me a little bit better than you do.
Well,
So
just understand that you are here to perform your duty, which is to, at this moment, protect me from harm.
understood.
Mr. McCrashley,
Mhm.
good morning.
Morning.
Well, let's proceed.
Let's go see who's replacing Inspector Barnes.
Mr. Green, actually, since you were you went to Inspector Barnes' home. Were you able to find anything out other than H. Patterson?
No, there was the impression that I got is that the late inspector was a man who was oftentimes worried and slightly scared, but he seemed to be at a heightened level. That's just my impression. And that's where we found out the information about where his body was discovered initially. And then we walked the water to try to see if it was possible, if everything kind of fit and made sense. But we didn't learn a lot. We just saw a very sad and broken family.
Which is unfortunate. All right. Well, let's go find who's taking over his case.
Yes. Morning. Morning. What? Waiting for me? Good morning. I'm Inspector Thorn. I was told there were people here for me. Waiting for me?
Possibly. Are you the one who was taking over the case that Inspector Barnes was working on?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, you're one of his associates. Right. Yes. That explains matters.
I do wish to...
Come on in. Take a seat, Mom.
I do wish to express my condolences to the Force in losing such a good man.
Unfortunate business. Fortunate business all round. Yes. Tragic. But, you had questions or information regarding the Wapping case? Is that right? The Red Lion murder?
Well, we were actually curious. His lady wife...
Lovely woman. Poor woman.
Lovely and heartbroken.
Yes.
She's concerned that her husband's death wasn't an accident.
Well, of course she's concerned. No woman wants to... We've looked into it. We've had the best doctor over at the morgue take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunate accident. Sad to lose a good man that way. But Pauline will be taken care of. We will see to that. Her and her children will look after them.
Yes. Well, please let me know if there's anything that I can do. I've let her know, but I'm afraid she may not.
I've seen you before, haven't I? At the benefit last month, a couple of months back.
Yes.
Martha generous Carter. Donation, very generous donation.
Yes. Well, I was wondering. She said that he had gone to the library to look at some documents, and she asked if I knew of a PI who would be able to look into it, since it's possible that this might have been unconnected to the case that he's looking at. Mr. McCrashley here is a PI, private investigator, and he has some questions.
Okay. Would you give me... I think the best roll will be a persuade roll here. You've got a bonus die because of various reasons, including a generous donation to the Widows and Orphans Fund that you made previously.
You said persuade?
Persuasion or charm. I think either of those.
I believe my persuade is higher, and you want it bonus die?
With a bonus die, yes.
Oh, that should be a success.
That is a success. That is enough. Oh. Yes, Oh, you mean all those bloody birth certificates and copies of records that I stacked this desk full of? Yeah, I need to... I was just gonna get rid of it. He had this confused idea that the case was somehow mixed up with some nonsense that went down on the coast decades ago. So I took over the case. His drawer was just full of, I don't know, fishermen's marriage certificates and scribbles about some murder that took place in Brighton.
Can we take a look at it? If you don't mind, of course.
Yeah, help yourself. They're just copies. Here you are. He shoves across a sort of stack of copies of birth certificates, death certificates, marriage announcements. Yeah, you can go ahead and make a psychology roll about. What are you trying to determine he's telling the truth about? Are you trying to get a vibe off him, or?
I'm trying to. I'm interested in about what he said about the Brighton case, and I'm just looking for a vibe check about him.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a psychology roll as he shoves over this stack of documents. You can't really get much of a deeper read on him than anything you may make a judgment on.
Just make.
Yeah, no, it was. Unlikely to be connected in my mind. But well, we all know how Barnes was. He drew some strange connections at times, and had some strange cases always seemed to go across his desk. We did solve them though, so that goes.
You look like a capable man. Did you see some connection as well?
What? I mean, on the surface, the heart was missing, yes. But other than that, you know, one chap dies in London, some other chap dies 20 years ago in Brighton.
Same way?
Heart was missing. But the Brighton guy, they fished him out this. Well, no, that was a different one I'm thinking of. No, the Brighton one was, the one where his daughter said an evil wizard did it. Apparently, according to these case files, but I can't show you those. That's proper private.
While they are speaking, I am going to go through and straighten out the documents, taking a peek at them, to see if there was anything unusual.
What you see is a whole bunch of records of what seems to be just stacks of births and deaths of the Matthews family of Portsmouth. Spelled unusually with just one T. And you can see a whole family's worth of people, most of them who are born, married and died in Portsmouth, a few others who venture as far down the coast as Brighton. I will, in a moment, have a little family tree that will connect them up, but I will go on the Discord in a moment. That might help. It's hard to post visuals on things sometimes.
Sometimes. That's all right.
Yes. So,
but they were still talking.
I was just thumbing through that. The police officer goes, yeah. But, sorry business all around. Yes. Anything else I can help you with?
Could I make as I'm kind of scanning his work area, a spot hidden check? I'm deeply suspicious of all police officers.
What are you trying to look for? What are you?
He said, like, he mentioned, like, oh, well, we have these files, but we can't show you. So, like, maybe there's like a hidden file or something that he clumsily hid or something along those lines.
Go ahead. Make me a spot hidden. You can see I think with a spot hidden, you can keep that a slightly open drawer. You can see the top of a bottle of whiskey peeking out of it. Some slightly dog-eared paper files. And you can just make sight of a newspaper clipping sort of sticking out the edge of one of the files, which is sort of gruesome murder. It's on the harbour side.
So I see some whiskey, gruesome murder, newspaper, and dog-eared files or paper.
Dog-eared. Yeah, there's some files in his drawer. And then there's newspaper clippings sticking out at the top of one of them.
Thank you. Duly noted.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I've got a lot of business to be getting along with. A lot of business indeed. I'm afraid, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, this should be it. If anything unusual comes across your desk and you need someone to bounce ideas off of, feel free to contact me or Mr. McCrashley here, and we would be glad to help you with any idea that might solve your case.
I will keep that in mind. Who are you? McCrashley and Carter, that was... Right? Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Dropping by. Anyway, lots of work to be getting on with.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. That's really not my case. Look, just find him some clothes and send him home. Look, I've got murder cases to deal with.
Anything?
No.
Maddie is going to turn around to look at what Inspector Thorn was talking about.
You see another a police officer hovering at the door, like, sir, he just keeps rambling on. I don't even know what language it is he's talking.
Do you need an interpreter?
No, some madman they found wandering around on the Thames shore last night, wading around in the water, babbling away.
Wait. Can we see this person?
Well, if he's not dressed, I don't want to see him.
I don't think it would be appropriate for the lady to see him. You think you might know who he is?
How about me? I'm a.
Do we have a name for him? He says his name is Franco something or other.
Franco Bernice?
Oh no.
Oh
fuck.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm friends with his brother. Let me, if you would please let me see my friend.
Williams, take Mr. Green down here to see our guest, and also just
McCrashley. Can McCrashley come with me as well?
Yes.
I shall wait in the reception. Thank you very much, Inspector Thorn.
I'm going to lean in. Just one moment. I'm going to lean in and whisper to Maddie, and I'm going to whisper, and make like a very subtle, like neck movement towards it, and then I'm just gonna go, "Come on, McCrashley, we gotta see how good Franco's doing, or bad Franco's doing."
Yeah, I just
Inspector Thorn, are you showing us the way?
no, Inspector Thorn. His subordinate Williams is taking you down. As
We follow.
he leads you down into sort of the jail cell sort of holding area, and as he leads you down, you see in one of these little austere white painted rooms is the disheveled and mud-stained figure of Franco Bernice. he looks like he's been wading like at least like chest deep in the Thames. Like there's like mud and filth that have caked into his skin in places. Like, and at the moment, he appears to have no clothing. Franco, you're starting to return to your senses, and it's quite cold, and you can hear the echoing sound of feet approaching, and you see one of the police officers who you've been trying to explain everything to very clearly, and they don't seem to understand you, approaching with Morgan and Augustus on either side.
Finally. Why is it so cold?
You're
Finally.
naked.
You moron! You're naked and you're at the police station, and you're telling me finally?
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to these guys the entire time. Am I still speaking gibberish?
Franco, there's nothing.
It's coming through. It's coming through as English now.
Okay, it's coming through as English now. That's good. I'm trying to
Franco.
explain to these guys what.
No explanation. No words. No gesturing. You are in the water, being weird, and you are naked. There is nothing that you can say that will possibly help you other than you apologize to these officers and you beg them to let us take care of you and get you to a mental health person that we can pay for so you don't take up any more police resources. That is what you will say.
I'm just looking down my body and noticing that I'm naked.
You are naked. You are very naked.
My clothes go.
I'm going to kick you in the balls.
Sir, that will have to wait. We've sent for. I'm afraid we probably can't release Mr. Bernice just now.
You're sure it
Dr.
will
Croft
be?
has agreed to take him down to Albrook.
I might visit me there. I was supposed to go there anyway, wasn't I?
I am.
Unless you employer, family member?
Yes.
Someone who's...
We
Yes.
are.
Charm. I would like to make a charm roll. That's okay.
Yeah, you're trying to win him over, trying to persuade him that you are a responsible and reasonable person to take care of this.
Yes. We are from an established society that is friends of the police. You know, I am a strong man. This is an investigator. Miss Carter is high society. We have resources. We wouldn't necessarily have to drain.
This sounds more like persuade than charm, to be honest.
Okay, then I will.
But if you want to take more of the friendly approach and charm him, you can. Like, an appeal to reason is persuade. An appeal to, like, hey, you know, trust me.
Okay. I'd probably try to make it charm because it's like, and then you know what? Then you don't have to sit here and wait and make it more localized for him.
All right, yeah, give me a charm roll.
Please work. Oh, thank you.
Well, you know, I don't like dealing with the doctor anyway. So, look,
No,
as long as we don't
doctor's
see him
terrible.
back here, we don't want to fish him out the Thames again.
You have my word.
He's going.
Right?
You can leave me in next time.
You're going to stay.
Franco.
You're going to stay at the society, and I'm going to stay at the society, the door next to your room, until we fix that out.
Franco,
Okay.
you look like you want to say something, and you should probably shut up. That's my boy. Thank you so much, officer. I will. Do you have like a towel or anything we can wrap around him?
Take this, and he hands you like a really shabby looking, like almost like a smock like shirt that reaches about, like a nightshirt almost. It would reach to about your knees.
Franco, this is too good for you. Put it on.
Sure.
Very good.
When did I leave yesterday?
Franco, you're doing the thing that's called talking that you're not supposed to fucking do right now. God damn it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Franco. Thank you, officer. And then I'm just gonna try to get him out as fast as I possibly can. Come on,
Okay.
McCrashley.
So, as this is all going on downstairs, Maddie, was there anything else you wanted to do as you're being sort of shown much more respectfully out of the building?
No, I think when Augustus told her to look into the drawer, she would have glanced, but she walked in with a ridicule. She doesn't have one now. As she's, escorted to her carriage.
Yes.
What would I have seen inside that drawer?
You had it sort of pointed out to you, so you can see there was you could just make out the top of a bottle of whiskey and some sort of dog-eared cardboard files and a newspaper clipping, the very edge of one just sticking out the top of one of the files.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about a gruesome murder.
Okay. Yeah, no, she is being gently escorted out from the building, correct? She'll go into her carriage and wait for everyone else to come back.
Okay, you see Augustus and Morgan and Franco in this nightshirt leaving the building.
I look furious. Franco, I want you to know that if I wasn't a changed man, I would hit you as hard as I possibly could in the stomach until I didn't have knuckles. But the society has hired me, and I'm a different person. So I will do my best to not backhand you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Miss Carter, I've got a favor to ask you. Until we figured out what's going on with Franco, is it okay? We are both staying at the society. Like this, I can keep a close eye on this fellow.
Yes, that is fine.
Now
let's
go.
Also stay for the same reason.
Yes.
Let's go now
that is fine.
Let's go to your apartment, Franco. Get some clothes and your luggage, and like this, we can have a close resident at the society. All right.
Oh, I already have clothes at the society. I mean, it's not the first time that I ended up dirty.
It's not the only reason I want to go to you, because I want to, after we get you a spare clothes at your apartment, I want to trace the route you took yesterday and see if you remember something.
Okay.
Okay.
While we are walking, I'm going to just...
you all would have come into the carriage.
In the carriage, I will look at Miss Carter and I was like, is it me or the name Belfont was on the certificate?
I have the pile of copy of records.
Okay.
Well, let me see. Belfont, you said?
Yeah, William Belfont, I think it was.
Yes, here in Marriages, there is a William Belfont and Ida Matthews. They were married in 1862 in Portsmouth.
Connection to the Belfonts we know?
Yes. William Belfont was the father. Ida was the mother.
So there is a connection with what Mr. Barnes found out.
Yes. If you don't mind, I will wait in the carriage while you all enter the apartment.
We're waiting, we're arriving then?
Okay, so yes, you arrive at Franco's lodgings. And so is it Morgan and Franco going upstairs to make sure he's got everything? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm going to hold Morgan back just a second. Mr. McCrashley, can you please search his apartments? I'm afraid that he has something there that is influencing him, corrupting him. I don't like it.
Be honest, that's one of the reasons I'm here. There is something bothering me since yesterday, so we'll see.
Thank you.
Up we go, Franco.
Okay, so you head on up the stairs to Franco's rooms. And what sort of state would what sort of state would Franco usually keep his rooms in? Is he a tidy man? Or...
I'd say average. It's probably not completely messy, but it's also not something that's properly cleaned the entire time. He's got no one to keep it clean for. Therefore, it's just there's a couple of half-written articles, ideas for articles, stuff, papers thrown around. The occasional dirty laundry somewhere, but otherwise, let's say you can still walk places without falling over stuff.
Yeah. And it is, Franco, the room is in the state you remember it being in. Morgan, as you enter, you notice something that Franco probably doesn't. There is a smell in the air, a kind of almost like a briny sea salt smell. It's like just like the ocean breeze is blown in through the window, even though you're too far inland to get any sense of the ocean here.
I'm going to stop Franco to enter in his apartment, and I'm going to put my handgun out.
Good. What's wrong?
Don't you smell that, boy?
I'll try to smell whatever he's smelling. No?
Sea salt. Seawater. Something like... Smells like... Yeah, something like the sea, like we are at the coast or something.
Yeah, but we're in London. The only thing it should smell is probably poop.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I smell the coast, and... So
That's odd.
I'm going to look in the apartment if I see if someone is there or something like that.
No, I mean, it's small enough sort of rooms that there's not really anywhere for anyone to hide in here unless they're lurking under the bed.
All right.
Or in the cupboard.
Where's the smell coming from?
I'll go to my bed and the where my clothing is, my wardrobe is the word I'm looking for, and start grabbing clothing. And since I have this funky little thing that I slept so good, I might want to hide that.
Okay.
I might want to get problems right about now.
Okay, could you give me a sleight of hand check? And Morgan, would you mind giving me a spot hidden check?
Oh boy. So
both of you roll a fail here. So I'm going to take this.
I'm going to spend my tree luck to have a success here.
Oh,
actually.
it's only two luck to see Franco reach for something under his pillow and attempt to subtly slide it into his pocket. And you catch a glimpse of some small shape about like yay big, looks to be made of perhaps stone or clay. You only caught a glimpse of it, but you definitely put it in his pocket.
Hey boy. What are you trying to hide there?
Nothing. That's just a something that I have near my bed.
Something you had in your bed.
Near my bed. It's just something I sleep good with.
Something you sleep with. Can I see it, please?
Sure. And I'm slowly grabbing my pocket and noticing there's not anything there. It's not my coat. So I guess I have to pull the thing out and just hand it over.
And what he hands over is this little figurine of this crouched figure. Not really humanoid, really. You can see this face is a mass of coiled tendrils, almost tentacle-like. And then this figure is sitting hunched up on this, as though perched and watching. And the surface of it is, it's like, it's oily looking. It's almost a slightly iridescent sheen to it as your hand touches it. I will ask for a power roll from Morgan, please. As there's something deeply... Actually, no, I don't think it was a power roll I asked for initially, was it? I think this is a sanity check. As there's something deeply weird and unsettling about this figurine.
So sanity.
Sanity, yes. I mean, it's just a statue, right? There shouldn't be anything wrong with the statue, and yet it sends this creeping chill up the back of your neck. The hairs on your arms stand on end. And let me just check something. You hear the wash of waves, must feel the oppressive weight of water weighing down upon you, just for an instant, for a moment. And then it is gone. And you will lose 2 points of sanity. There's something disturbing yet appealing about this little statuette.
Franco,
Yeah?
since when do you have this?
A while. It's like one of those seashells that you can listen and hear like waves.
That's not a seashell.
I mean, yeah. But it's working the same way.
Yeah, but
And it's really, really calming when you sleep.
and it's really calming. And after you ending naked in the Thames or near the Thames.
That's the first time this happened. If that was the case, then it should have happened months ago.
Yeah, you didn't start talking to water and everything. You know what? Let's just finish this conversation at the society. Take what you have to take, and I will keep the statue with me until we arrived at the London Society.
Sure. Just jealous. I don't know. Keep grabbing my stuff and putting it in the bag.
So, you have
Okay,
everything?
Sure. Yeah, I got everything. Clothing. Do I need? I'm not gonna write anything. I'm still not in the mood to write anything. I'm just gonna grab everything that maybe I need my writing stuff. I'm gonna grab, and I'm just putting everything that might be tangentially interesting in my bag, and it's like way more stuff than I would ever need.
Off we go then.
Okay, so while you were up in the rooms, was it Maddie and Augustus just sat quiet and well behaved in the carriage?
Yeah, I would probably just take out a piece of paper and start writing out ideas and thoughts. And probably none of them are any good, but trying to be an investigator.
Indeed. So, yeah, you see Franco and Morgan returning. Franco's bags of belongings, heading back down to the carriage.
Hey, we found. It seems our little Franco has something special in his apartment.
It's not really special.
Can I see it? May I please see it, Morgan?
I don't know if you have enough light, but here, and I'll take the little statue out and I'll show it to them.
As you hold it out, I want a sanity roll from both Augustus and Maddie as your eyes settle on this unsettling little carving.
Oh, that's a fumble for me.
Ooh, I don't think a fumble's any worse than a fail, but both of you looking upon this, well, I'll let you roll for this time. I'll let you roll this time. Roll me a d4 each.
That's a 3.
That's 3 points of sanity lost. As you sort of instinctively draw back, you can feel the power of the water in this thing. The pull of the deep. Augustus, you lose 1 point of sanity.
Please put that vile thing away. I apologize.
It
for
needs to be
asking
destroyed.
inspect. We must burn
It's
it.
just like a seashell. It's not doing anything.
It
Does
literally.
it look familiar to me at all, Keeper?
Make me a Cthulhu Mythos roll, please.
Oh, that's an extreme success.
In which, yes, during the course of your readings of the books you have perused, you recognize that this is indeed a depiction of none other than a deity, a being. You're not really sure exactly what it is, but you know the name. Cthulhu. A power sleeping deep in the depths of the darkest reaches of the ocean. An ancient being worshipped as a god by some cultures, although some say Cthulhu itself is not a god, but merely a great power, a great being of an ancient race that sleeps and dreams and waits.
It's worse than Dagon. It needs to be destroyed. It's
Has
worse.
to be destroyed.
It just made wave sounds.
Do you know that? Do you recognize this?
Yes. I look out the windows of the carriage. How many people are out on the street? I'm assuming it's not quite noon.
It's not quite noon. There's a few people passing back and forth. Yeah, there's quite a few people. I mean, you're in the middle of London still. It's not exactly quiet.
It's not something to speak of in public. Please hide it, cover it. We'll dispose of it when we return to the house.
I will take a handkerchief out and I will put it in an handkerchief and put it back in my pocket.
Franco. You know better than this. I know better than this, and I haven't been doing this as long as you have. I am severely disappointed in you and in your judgment. Shame on you.
Don't be too hard on him. I think he doesn't even recognize it. He doesn't even know.
Mm-mm.
Shame.
I will hang to
No.
a carriage.
We will return home immediately. You can go on that walk after.
Okay. So as the carriage pulls back into the society, I think this is a good point to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back in just a moment. And so, after collecting Franco from the police station and discovering his little Cthulhu-shaped secret, the investigators return to the society. The carriage is parked up, and you head inside, probably now about in time for lunch. Although I'm not sure you're in the mood for a happy meal.
Sorry.
Can I have the toy?
No.
Give your children their own little figurine to play with.
Oh goodness!
What could
If that was
possibly-
real, I
It's
might.
part of a set. Collect all the old. Okay,
All the
anyway.
elder gods?
Yeah.
That's safe. Family
Perfect.
fun.
No toy for you. The McMorning is done. It's past noon.
Ugh. Oh. Okay. Maddie's going to go straight inside and straight through the main building, all the way to the back and into the tool shed. And she is looking for a hefty hammer.
You see, you made her mad.
But it was just, she didn't even explain what I did wrong. It's just, it makes wave sounds. It wasn't, I mean, it's looking a bit odd.
Okay. It's make wave sounds. You are speaking to water creatures. You have a statue that makes wave sound, and you don't know.
Don't forget the nightmares or the dreams.
Yeah, the nightmares where you are swimming like a fish in the
Did you have
water.
a nightmare? What'd you dream of last night, Franco?
I don't know. You don't have vivid dreams every night. Also, I have that thing, I don't know, a year or longer.
A year longer. Since when? Since when do you have it? After you meet us?
Exactly, Morgan. Franco, you knew better. Did you want to keep it? Did you like having it? Where did you find it?
I did like having it. It was comfortable to have it near my head when I slept.
You had it near your head?
I mean, it's wave sounds. It's relaxing.
What was it made out of? What was it made out of, Franco?
Stone?
Okay,
Or
so does stone make sounds other than clickety clack when you drop it?
I mean, it's like shells. They do that too.
I dropped out of school in the 4th grade, and even
I never
know
had
rocks
one.
Don't make sounds. I've never had a rock that makes ocean sounds either.
And Maddie comes back carrying a large mallet.
That
Morgan,
doesn't work. I'll
this
shoot you.
way. And I'm going to gesture Morgan to follow Morgan back into the back, out the back door, onto the log where we chop wood, I'm guessing. I'm going to just for...
Yeah, there's probably a bit of a yard. There's like a yard where the carriage comes in, and you've got a bit of space around near the kitchens, just off the Muse house at the back.
Yeah. I'm going to just for him to place it down somewhere. Keep it wrapped. Keep it wrapped.
I keep it wrapped and I put it on the lock.
Okay.
And I am going to try to smash it with the mallet that I found.
Give me a power roll and a strength roll.
While that's happening, I am keeping my eyes squarely on Franco, and I'm within arm's reach to grab him if he does anything dumb.
So the mallet
power roll was a hard success.
strikes down, and but not with enough strength to break it. You hear the clack hitting the stone, but
I want to try again.
not strong enough to crack it. And as you sort of keep swinging, but yeah, you're not strong enough to do this.
Mr. Green, your turn.
Understood.
Or else I've got another solution.
Power and not strength, correct?
Power and strength, yes.
Power Power and strength?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Extreme.
So you do not falter. You do not hesitate. And there is this crack sound as the stone breaks.
All of my frustration and angst, not just at Franco because I love him and I know this is entirely his fault, but just at being an ignorant man in a complicated world that he doesn't understand, and on top of trying to change my life, and on top of the fact that in the back of my mind I still remember getting whooped by a shadow monster, I just take all my frustration out on that damn thing.
Yeah, and it shatters into about a dozen fragments of black stone.
Sweep up the shards, make sure that they're discarded somewhere. I don't want to know where the shards are taken. Franco does not need to know where the shards are taken.
It's
Mr.
going
McCrashley, I think that task is for you. Sorry if I spoke out of turn.
Oh,
Separate bags, separate locations. They don't all need to be together.
can't I drop it in Thames?
No.
Let it go back where it belongs.
Belongs in hell.
No, it might
Okay.
be found. Maybe in. Maybe
Ow.
a piece. A piece can go into the Thames.
Okay.
Maybe different parts, different ports. Some pieces.
I will put it in different locations of London.
Maddie, can you explain now why this was so dangerous and so?
Yes. Meet me in the library, and I'm going to go up to my room, into my safe, and pull out nameless cults.
Okay.
And once I have that, I will go down to the library. Then if everybody's in there, I will shut the library door and lock it. Then I will draw all the curtains shut, and I will light as many candles and lamps as possible.
Okay. So the lamps are lit, and you're gathered around in the library.
Have bad vision or Miss Carter, I am largely uninitiated with these things, so I need an explanation. If you'd be so kind.
Yes. All right. I am going to open nameless cults to the second listed cult that is in there. And it is... This was a figurine from the cult of... And she's going to whisper the name. The cult of Cthulhu.
I think I would make a sanity check just hearing that name. Like, that's the type of stuff that freaks out Augustus.
Go for it.
Okay.
If you want to make a check just for the name, you're welcome to. I mean, it's a name. It's just a name, nothing to worry about from that, right?
I'm a big strong man and I'm okay. I'm a big strong man and I'm okay.
He is possibly a deity or possibly from an ancient race who lies in the depths of the ocean dreaming. And he is supposed to be powerful. He is, just from what I read in this book, he is possibly more powerful than Dagon, who is another of the watery deities. I'm assuming there's drawings of the various deities for some of them?
Some of them, there's not too many illustrations in this book, but there is a woodcut illustration that is not dissimilar to the figurine that Franco had. It's not the same, but there's enough that was what sort of caused that recognition in your mind.
Mm-hmm. I will show them that image, but I'll not let them read the book.
And it's more this book is more the description of the practices of the worship of these deities rather than much about the beings themselves. This is a description of cults and practices and veneration of Cthulhu.
Right.
And
he is much more widely worshipped than some of the others that are listed in this book. And I'm going to close the book and tuck it close. So it's possible he is more powerful. But one of the things is belief does lend deities strength.
Why do people worship this now? What is the reward, the incentive, what is gained?
Don't know. I mean, power? If it gives you power or something, I don't know. I was just thinking it's a statue, a small one, and
Where did you get it,
is it?
Franco? You're not in trouble, but we need to know all the context.
Can you do me a favor and give me your charm?
Yes, sir. Oh, that was the wrong roll.
That's not climb.
I mean, look, it's
Doesn't
quite
matter.
impressive. Someone
That doesn't know. I don't really remember. I picked it up sometime, someplace.
Did someone give it to you?
No, I don't think so. I think I just found it somewhere.
I'm
Yeah.
going to look at you with my wrong eye, so where I have all my scars. Going to look at you. I'm going to try to intimidate you.
Hey, Franco, has Franco actually forgotten?
Nah.
Or is
He has
could I
not
have a
forgotten.
fast talk roll from Franco here?
Sure.
As you are essentially bullshitting your way through this. Okay, good to know. So yeah, Franco is... I mean, it's Franco, and he's been acting a bit weird, so... I'll leave it up to your determinations, but we all know Franco is actually a very good liar.
But
That's
we
why
know
I'm
he's a very good liar.
that's why I'm looking with my bad eye, and try to intimidate him.
Okay. I'm not sure whether that'll lead more to Franco trying to Franco spilling the beans or him having another reason not to spill them.
Listen, boy, we've been through a lot of shitty things together. I pulled you out of a cemetery. We went together in the cemetery again. Through mud, through bones, through a lot of shitty things. You're speaking with creatures of the water. You hear water from a statue. And that doesn't bother you.
It's really stupid now that you pointed it out like that. And it's even more stupid if... Didn't you know when I fell down into that cellar I kind of, there was a lot of stuff falling down on me, and it kind of ended up in my pocket there. I think it's there. I think that's what happened.
The cellar where?
That's
Belfont?
Belfont's.
Yeah. Makes sense now. Like I told you, you're not in trouble. You were in trouble. You were in trouble not with us. You were in trouble because of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard to believe, but we are there for you. We are trying to help you here. I know I can be harsh, I can be and everything, but I think there is something you can know about me. It's I have your back.
Should have told you I found it, but the longer I had it, the more I knew there was gonna be this discussion, and so I didn't want it. Then that was stupid. Sorry.
No. Franco, it's okay. But you have to understand. Go ahead, Morgan.
I was just going to say that it can happen to all of us, but we are all in this together. So you should have trusted us.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's more that I knew it was stupid the moment I did, and did it anyway.
Maddie's going to.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Franco, that's the story of my life, my boy, and I'm still here. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, during that conversation, Maddie is going to would have gotten up and started pacing back and forth, hugging the Nameless Cult's book. If they were followers of Dagon, and she says this out loud, why was his statuette there? And she just continues to pace.
Franco, you look like you just had a moment. Is there something you would like to share with us?
That's a good point. I mean, what was written there is they don't belong to each other, do they? Or are they like one team and then they're like working together because they both see deities things?
I'm not sure.
Maddie,
I doubt it.
is it possible, and if this is a stupid question, I apologize, but is it possible that someone might worship one over the other, but still have or collect or gather information on the other, whether it's just the knowledge purpose, whether it's a collector thing, whether they're trying to make a decision? Because it seems like we have a lot of books here on this subject. It stands to reason that other people who are interested in this might also do the same thing as well. But I think that makes sense.
Well, Mr. Belfont was a student of my uncle's in this strain. But he became corrupted. And as far as I know, he followed. I'm not sure about any one else of the family, Augusta followed very deeply. So much so she carried the seed.
Carried the seed?
Yes. She carried the seed of one of those fish people.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And I kind of wish I was dead. But thank you for answering my question.
This creature, the statue, does it have a link with creatures who give the seed to?
As far as I'm aware, they were followers of Dagon.
Dagon.
And
Dagon is one of the fish. Is one of fish deity as well.
Does the nameless cult have another carving, wood carving print of Dagon, or do I have that somewhere else?
There's no depiction of Dagon. Only a description of it being worshipped in association with, connected to the deep ones and those that treat with them.
I would have read that off.
There's no visual depiction in the book.
But no explanation as well, like from where it is, what kind of creatures it is.
It's just a connection to the deep ones. So perhaps a stepping stone.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question, and it's just to gauge if you think it's a good idea. Should we, having learned what we've learned today, carrying the seed notwithstanding, go back to where Franco and I saw the fish person? Because it seems like that's really important. That's all
I'll not go. If you wish to go, go. Don't be pulled in. I'm not going.
But you're our smartest and wisest member.
And I have a fear of water for a reason.
Morgan, what do you think? Should you, me, and Franco go? Should we leave Franco behind? Should I go myself?
No, if we go together. And I'll take my rifle with me.
Yeah, I pull out my gun. I have a license for this now, but I try not to use it as much as I used to. Because I make bad choices with it. Sometimes.
The statue's broken yet now, right? So I guess that solves that?
Not completely. We don't know how deep its claws have gotten in tentacles. We don't know its hold on you.
Okay.
Keeper, how long has it been since we left the police office?
That would have been this morning, probably about 3 hours ago.
I need to go back to the police office.
May I accompany you?
Sure.
I'm not gonna. Don't think that they want to see me that early.
They've seen a whole lot of you. More of you than they ever wanted.
I know.
Well, they know a lot about you. I know a lot about you. More than I ever wanted.
Do we have any cast-off clothing?
Yes, I don't see why not.
All right. I will have James collect the cast-off clothing. And I'm going to go back to the police office, accompanied or not. So whomever's coming with.
I'm coming.
Okay, you head back on over to the police office. You can see a rather bored-looking clerk behind the desk.
Hello. As I understand earlier, there was an issue with clothing. Some of the unfortunates that were held here. I thought to bring some clothing for if that happens again.
Oh, don't want that happening again.
Well, just in case, and I'll put the parcel of cast-off clothing. Is Inspector Thorn in? I believe I left my reticule in his office.
Make me a luck roll, please, Maddie.
Fail. Can I spend?
You can't spend luck on luck.
Damn. All right, I forgot.
No, so it's something occasionally people ask, but no, you can, but it would be a race to the bottom. Yeah, he's in. He's just up in his office.
Thank you. May I go?
Yeah, first door on the left.
Thank you. I'll knock on his office door.
Yes, what?
Hello, it's Miss Carter.
Yes, I was trying to get in touch with you. You left your, purse, bag?
Yes, I did.
Thing?
I apologize.
Yes.
I was so distracted with the reports, I must have forgotten it.
Here you go, miss.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll turn around and leave.
As you lovely to see you again, by the way.
Pleasure to see you again as well. I apologize for the inconvenience it may have caused.
Oh, no worries. As you depart, the clerk at the desk gives you a little nod of, did you find everything?
Yes. I will look inside the bag to make sure nothing was removed.
Nothing was removed.
All right. Let's return. Mr. Green?
They're good. Yes. Tried to find a way to sneak in there and steal something, but alas, nothing.
Oh yeah, when I get into the carriage, I sigh. No chance.
If you don't take this personally, but I don't think you'd make a very good crook. I think you'd make a very good genius.
Thank you. I wasn't planning on stealing anything.
What? I thought that was the entire point. To try to get what was in that drawer.
No, I wanted to look, not take.
Oh, in my experience, looking leads to taking.
No, not always.
I have an idea. If you want to go back in there and say you were thinking about donating money in Thorn's name, some form of scholarship or whatever it is, money rich folks do, you can get them out of the office, ask for a tour or something. Maybe I can sneak in there and take a look around. Problem is I'm very large. I'm good at sneaking.
It would not be a very good idea to do it today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Too often in one place in a day.
Should I break in tonight?
No.
Okay.
Why would you break in?
To steal his stuff in that drawer. I don't trust him. There's interesting things in that drawer.
Well, perhaps he'll seek us out on his own. Perhaps seeing me twice in one day will help.
I'm sure it will be hard for him to resist your charm.
All she can do is chuckle at that.
My life was so much simpler when I beat people up and took this stuff.
Well, there's other ways to get things that done.
Yeah, knife point. Told you, genius.
Yeah, so are you returning to the society? Okay, so as you return back to the society, unfortunately empty-handed from your visit to the police station. By now, it's a couple of hours into the afternoon. The question is, do you have any other avenues of investigation you'd like to pursue?
Should we look up the gentleman on that card that we found, Franco?
I think Mr. Davenport wanted to be there when we do that. So I guess we should wait for him to come back.
I have an idea. Were we ever going to be able to access? Did we gain access to those records that Davenport kept getting denied on?
You have those records now. Those were the stacks of papers
Okay.
that Inspector Thorn gave you. Yes, you have those.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just a boring record of the Matthews family.
Okay, that's right. That's where we got that. My brain fog. My apologies.
So you didn't get anything. The contents of that drawer that you wanted to look at didn't work out.
No, I had accidentally left my reticule there, and with the intention of going there when he was not in his office, but he was still there.
Oh, inconvenient, I guess. Well, maybe just sleeping over it is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe tomorrow stuff looks better.
Possibly. We should possibly also arrange to go speak with the remaining Belfont.
Why don't we do that tomorrow?
Yes.
I am going to keep an eye on Franco tonight because since he has these underwater dreams, I want to make sure, to quote you, Miss Carter, we don't know how deep those tentacles are in him.
Okay.
Sure.
No, you go ahead.
Very well. James, I believe we'll have your room set up.
So yes, it seems sensible to keep an eye on the fellow who last night wandered off and waded into a river. So, yeah, you settle up for the night, and Augusta's keeping an eye on Franco. And
Franco, I'm gonna attach a bunch of. Actually, what I do is I go to the kitchen, try to find like 10 cans, paper, anything, and I layer them around Franco's bed. That way, if he gets up, it'll make a big racket.
Okay. So as everyone settles down for the night, Franco, I need you to make me a power roll, please.
Oh. Okay. I seem to be fine, though.
Yeah. No dreams disturb your sleep. At least none that are depths of the ocean related.
I'm not actually going to try to sleep a lot. Maybe get a quick nap in, but more waiting for Augustus to be asleep. Than trying to get up without his disturbing his ridiculous alarm system.
Okay. give me a stealth roll. This is going to be hard because not only forget what I said. This is going to be hard, but you are able to get up quietly. Augustus, just quickly make me a Constitution roll here.
Gotcha. 1 second.
Okay. So Franco, you quietly slip out of bed, quiet as a mouse, stealthy as a shadow.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab some of my more inconspicuous clothing, and I'm gonna try to make it good and go to the police station.
Okay, so you're slipping out of the house, quietly, as you head off into the night. Augustus, could you make me a stealth roll as you please let everyone else know what you're doing here? So, 2 figures slip quietly out of the Esoteric Society. The one in front, this tall, lanky figure, and the one behind, a little shorter but a lot sort of bulkier. These 2 figures slip off into the night. So, Franco, you said you were going to the police station, was that correct?
Mm-hmm. And do I notice Augustus following me?
No.
No. Okay.
No. That was an extreme success on his stealth roll, so no.
Oh, okay. Okay, no.
But you can see a few the blue lantern outside the police station, a few lights shining in.
Okay,
Officers, a rather bored-looking person sat at the front desk on the night shift.
I'm going to try to find I was in his. Did they bring me to Mr. Thorn's office, or did they not?
No, you are the only one who's not been to Thorn's office.
Oh, that's really inconvenient.
Franco, have you walked inside the station yet?
No, I'm waiting outside and looking and surveying the building.
Franco, I'm gonna sneak up right behind you. I'm gonna whisper in your ear. You just make bad fucking choices, don't you, son?
I'm gonna jump up, turn around, look at you, and mimic.
Intimidate roll. I am fed up with my friend's shit.
I'll let you play this out between yourselves. No rolls. Your choices.
Okay. Franco, I want you to know, 10 years ago, I killed a man not even 15 feet from where we're standing in front of the same fucking police station. I'm not gonna hurt you. I promised your brother that I would take care of you. But you hid this statue from us. Now you're using subterfuge to sneak out away from us. What is it that we have done to make you treat us so poorly? What slight, what darkness on your door did I cast upon it to make you fucking think so little of us? We're either a team or we're not.
I just wanted to make it better. I wanted to get the things that Maddie couldn't get earlier. So just to,
couldn't get
maybe
yet, Franco. Couldn't get yet. Look around you. You have Maddie, who is a genius. You have Morgan, who is a genius and a tough guy. You have me, the hardest man who's ever walked the face of the fucking earth. And you have Morgan with fancy, I still don't really know what he does. I just know I fucking love that guy. So why don't you humble your fucking self and stop thinking that you can carry the weight of the world? Because I've seen your shoulders, son. You can't do it. I met Mortimer. So I'm so I just want to, Franco. I just want to hit you because that's how I was fucking raised, and I'm trying not to be the man that I used to be.
Yeah, you're right.
I killed a fucking werewolf, Franco. But you don't have any fucking faith in me or anyone else. You want to go in there and probably get caught because you're a fucking idiot? You go ahead and do it. But I'm not going to go in there and bail you out this time. So if you want to do 10 years hard time because you're an asshole, then you can do 10 years hard time. I'll look your brother in the eye and said I did everything I could fucking do for you because that's the truth. Or you can turn around, go back to the Esoteric Society, and stop being a fucking idiot. Your choice. I turn around and I go, you can follow me or not.
He's gonna follow. Like a dog with a tail between the legs.
Okay, so you make your way back under cover of night to this Esoteric Society. And are you slipping quietly back in?
Yeah.
No. Oh, hell no. I'm waking up everyone. And I'm like, hey, everyone, come see how Franco fucked up.
So yeah, there is a commotion that's echoing to everyone who's spending the night at the society. You hear the commotion of Augustus's return with Franco.
Maddie comes out, hair loose, and pulling a dressing gown close around her. What's going on?
Oh, you know, just Franco, just fuck up Franco, just doing the things that he fucking does. Morgan!
And I'm coming up from the library. Actually, I'm there. Oh, what did I miss?
Franco, do you want to tell him?
I wanted to go to the police station and get the stuff that you couldn't get earlier.
And how did you get out of the house, Franco?
Without, saying anything.
Oh, well, I'll tell
I'm
you.
sneaking out.
He snuck out. He sat up. He took a great deal of time to not set off the traps that I laid around his bed. He snuck out, and he was so entrapped in his own stupidity, he didn't see my massive frame following him outside the goddamn doors. Franco wanted to break into a police officer's, what do you call that thing, an office. And, hey, Franco, sorry, buddy, but have you been to that particular office before?
Nah, I would have looked for the sign on the door.
Yeah, you would have meandered around the police station. God knows what fucking hour it is. So, Franco, I'm going to ask you the same question again, what is it that we have done that makes you think so little of us that we can't help you or help handle this? What have we done to offend you or make you think that we're so incompetent?
Just wanted to prove that I'm competent at stuff.
We know you're competent at things. If you weren't competent, I would have. Maddie, I'm hitting the point where all I know what to do right now is talk with my hands. And that's probably not good for anyone. So I'm going to hoist this on over to you. Because you're diplomatic and wise and stuff.
Let's go have a seat in the library. I'll be right there. I'm going to go down and actually make the tea myself.
Miss Carter, I could make the tea. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Please just go back to your rest. I understand it's really late.
I've got to be up in like 3 hours.
Get some
Eat
rest.
breakfast. Good night. He doesn't argue any further.
And while Maddie's doing the tea, I'm looking to Franco. Have you seen any trees around the police station?
Any what?
Trees.
No, I don't think so. Did I see any trees around the police station?
No.
No.
They got drain pipes.
I mean, yeah. There's ways I've been there. That's not the issue. Or up on the roofs, but no trees in
No.
particular.
No, what I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, it's no trees. It's not just a resident of people you can snuck on up. It's a police station. A police station.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you stop saying you know and answer, give the man a real response? Because Morgan might slap the shit out of you.
You have a lot of qualities. But come on, a police station. Oh, come! I've got to show you something.
I'll follow.
And I'm going to give you 2 notes, and it's going to be the note about the red lion, and the note about one of the copies of the names, and I'm going to point out the 2 John Smiths. One on the records of the family, the one who married forgot the name. Damn.
The Belmonts?
Yeah, one of the Belfonts, who's named John Smith, and the registered name of the Red Lion.
I mean, there's a lot of John Smiths, right?
I know, but it doesn't seem right. It's like, why John Smith? It could be John Doe. It could be it could be Ben Barnes. It could be a lot of names. But
I mean, doesn't everybody that doesn't want his name in the official record call themselves John Smith?
Yeah, but not on a marriage certificate.
I mean, there's people that are called like that.
I can't remember if Morgan was there. I think Morgan was, but I'm not 100% certain. But members of the society have met the John Smith who's on the marriage certificate, and he was actually called John Smith.
Actually, it was not Morgan, it was Andrew Smith.
Ah, yes.
It was Andrew Smith. It was
not. I was like, I thought I remembered you were there. But yeah, Morgan was not there. Yes, Andrew Smith, brother of John Smith, totally actually a real man, not a fish person.
But
not a pseudonym.
Could have found some records about this story.
Yeah, it would have been sort of. You've been with the society long enough to know
that the day that
the tale of the real John Smith who was kidnapped and etc.
Yeah, and that the house was burned the same day that the society, and I was like, yeah, it's about this John Smith. I don't know if you heard about it, but you know the day when the Belfon's house was burned down.
That was something with Maddie and
yeah. This day the house was burned down. They were there to free a certain John Smith. So this person is real. It's like it's like a real John Smith this time. So that's why. Of course, it could be a nickname or it could be something, but doesn't
need to be the same John Smith on both. That's what I'm saying.
It's strange that we have a John Smith linked to the Belfonts. We have maybe a murder linked to the Belfonts, and the name is coming up again.
Maybe they're the same, but
or maybe not. But we have to take the lead.
Mm-hmm. Franco will be very glad that the topic of discussion has moved on from his idiocy.
Maddie's going to come back with a full pot of fresh tea, a few glasses. Here, I think you should have some tea to calm yourselves. I was just about to fall asleep.
Sorry.
Let us deal with this in the morning. I'll leave the tea there for them, and I will go to my room.
Miss Carter, before you leave, a name John Smith, does it recall you something?
At this moment, I'm not sure. I am tired, and I would
The-
like to go to bed.
The burning of the manor of the Belfonts?
Yes, we rescued a Mr. Smith. He was
Do you-
married to Augusta. He was supposed to have been the father of her child, but we all know that's not what it was. He was chained to his bed in his room, and he was quite ill when we disposed of his family.
Is there a way to contact him, do you think, tomorrow? Sending him a telegram or something?
I think that can be arranged. If you will excuse me, though. And I pull my dressing gown close around me again. I am going to bed.
Nighty night.
Well,
Franco,
Next time you do something this stupid,
I'm gonna hit you.
no, just let us know.
Yeah.
And we will tell you if it's stupid or not.
I should have just done when I got up. I should have just talked to Augustus if it was a smart idea. I mean, it was there.
The next time you go off on your own like that, I'm gonna hit you,
In the balls.
and then I will do everything I can. Yes, in the balls. The absolute second worst place to get hit. In
So
the balls.
As this delightful conversation of threats is circling around, you've been left. Maddie's left you with this steaming pot of tea. Hopefully poured some cups out for you, I think. Having a cup of tea before bed, or are you just?
Yeah, I'm gonna pour a little something special in my cup, and then I'm gonna drink it and then go to bed. The entire time, just dog cussing Franco.
Morgan?
I'm going to stay a little while looking at the documents, and I'm going to look at Franco. Going to bed, boy?
Yeah. I wanted to make it better, but and ended up just making it even worse.
You know how I am. I don't want to hear it. Next time, just ask us. Like we told you, we are there for you. If you have an idea like that, just ask us. We can help you. We can tell you. We were there the last time. We told you. So we are still there. So just tell us.
Could I have a con roll from everyone who drank the tea, please?
Oh boy.
Why do I feel that it's something?
It's just tea. It's just.
And what could it possibly be? It's just tea.
Morgan, as you're looking over this document, you just feel your eyelids sliding shut with the weight as you pull down into a swirl of really surprisingly vivid dreams as this deep slumber takes you over. Same with Augustus. As you sort of stagger up to your bed, it's very hard to keep your eyes open.
Stupidity makes me sleepy. Fucking Franco.
And both of you probably sleep very late into the morning the next day, as the very strong tea aids your sleep.
I'm assuming I'm waking up in the library.
Yes, you're waking up in the library with possibly like some bits of ink imprint on the side of your face, like the word like John Smith backwards on your cheek.
Perfect.
When I wake up, I give Franco a big hug and tell him that I love him.
Yeah, leave me in peace. Leave me in one piece, please.
I squeeze a little extra harder. Yep. This is how much I love you, buddy.
Okay. I'm just gonna forget that happened, and gonna call beforehand next time.
I'm gonna let you live it down now. Not gonna reference it again, unless you make me.
Okay. And I'm gonna go down and get some food. I will have slept long anyway. That was a rough evening yesterday.
Yes.
Rough evening? What? Oh.
Good
damn.
morning. How long were you still awake?
Not long.
It was the best tea I ever had. Absolute best tea I ever had.
Next time I drink tea, I think I'll go to bed right away.
Drank
Maddie
more of it.
enters the room fully dressed, properly dressed.
Going to see Morgan with ink on the other side where there is no scar, you know. I don't like.
What was that? That must be a
Good
special
morning.
blended tea. That was incredible, Maddie. Thank you so much for that. I needed it.
Yes, well, everybody was in an agitated state last night. I figured some good and calming tea would help. Boosted with a little bit of lambolin.
Hey,
I didn't actually notice.
That's good.
Okay, but we'll be getting the stuff done
Yes.
together, right?
Yes. I think first we should go to Albrook.
Sanatorium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we probably should.
I was planning to have the doctor join us, but he seems quite busy. Maybe if we postpone a little bit, he'll be able to join us later.
My question, do you want to head down to Albrook today whilst Mortimer is presumably dealing with some city-based stuff? He'd said he'd wanted to follow up some leads related to his family. So if you would like, you can split and go your separate ways and head down to Albrook without him. Or you can wait until he returns from his business. It's up to you all.
What do you all think? Should we wait for Dr. Davenport, or should we all just go?
And I think we should wait for him. He's the one with the know-how about stuff like that. That's a thing that I think makes sense, right?
Well, in that case, we should probably look into, what was it we were looking at? Mr. Smith.
Okay.
Check on his well-being. It's been several years since I've talked to him. So...
You do have a contact address for him, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Last you checked, he was living at the house of his brother, Andrew Smith.
All right. Here's his address. We can all go. Does that sound reasonable?
yeah.
All right.
So you head on over to the modest residence of Andrew Smith, a rather skilled engineer, I believe, and originally from Edinburgh. And as you arrive up to the front door, it's a rather smartly appointed house with a brass door knocker, like in the shape of a lion, like, clutching a ring in its mouth on this smart black painted front door. One moment. Good morning. If you're looking for my brother, I'm afraid he's out of town at the moment. Miss Carter. And you see, staring at you through the crack in the door, none other than John Smith himself, looking a little older, but altogether healthier than when you last saw him.
Mr. Smith, it's been quite some time.
Oh. What brings you here?
I was wondering if we could have a chat. These
right.
are my associates. I promise, at this moment, no fire.
Good. Because this is my brother's house, and please don't set my brother's house on fire. If you will not be pleased. Come in. It's what's happened? What's going on?
We are looking into a demise that was recent. Over in Wapping. There was we wanted to know if there was any connection between your family and the victim.
I don't know anyone that's died recently. At least my third cousin who pneumonia last year.
Do you know Quentin Matthews?
I don't think so, no. Why? What have the Matthews got to do with this?
He was the victim.
I never.
Yeah, no. Quentin Matthews, son of Alan and Maria Thomas.
I will bring out a roughly sketched family tree.
Oh God! No, I never met any of the Matthews. I never met any of them. If you're talking about those Matthews, I never met any of them. Like Ida's family. Never. They didn't come up to London. I don't know anything about them. I swear. Are they here? Are they here now? Are they looking for me? Do they know about me? Do they know where I am?
No.
Why are you so scared?
Because he is the victim of the Bellefonts.
Okay, very good. I just want to make
sure. The Bellefonts are dead, right? They're
Except
all dead.
for Charlie.
Charles, and he's locked up, right? He's still in there. Like he's not escaped.
As I understand,
you checked.
Yes. As of the 1st of May, he was still there.
Right. Good. Look.
So the reason we are asking Mr. Smith, the last time Mr. Matthews was seen was in an hotel called the Red Lion, and the room was booked on the name John Smith.
Oh. There's got to be like hundreds, thousands of John Smiths in London, right?
Yeah, but not a lot linked to the Bellefonts family.
Which is why we thought to come here first.
No, it wasn't me. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't me. Look, I want nothing to do with that family. Any of them.
I completely understand. I hope that these last few years have been good for you.
Yes.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah. He's got like a moustache and a neatly trimmed beard.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to have bothered you.
No, it's just, I mean, you met them, you know what they were like. I mean,
Yes.
you can see half of it.
Mhm. I do have one question. Before the before they locked you up, did you know anything about what they practiced?
No, I mean, no, it was William Belfont was my boss. I knew that they were shipping merchants, and they had some people whispered stuff that there might be something going on. But I thought, a little bit of smuggling maybe, or dodging the customs man. Nothing to really, worry about. I mean, no one expects them to be. They're not human. They're not. Whatever they are, whatever they were, they.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they look so human at first, but the way they walk around, like, could be anyone, but they're not. They're not human. Got to understand that.
I do. Trust me, I do.
Good.
I'm only asking because there was some figures found in their basement that seems to be a connection to their beliefs, but not the same belief. And Maddie is going so far as to indicate Daigun, but refusing to say the name.
I mean, the beliefs, I know that they kill people, they tied people out to that obelisk of theirs, and I don't. Augusta, she said there was a god of theirs that they were calling to, the lord of the god of their people, she called it, but her father, he kept all sorts of things, Egyptian stuff, Roman stuff, all manner
Almost
of things.
like a collector.
Yeah, he'd been a bit of a historian, a collector.
Mm-hmm.
I think he traded some of it as well. He bought and sold stuff. I only saw his library, his office a couple of times, and he had shelves with all sorts of things on. Horrible things. Oh. Just looking at them, they weren't right for this.
Some with tentacles on their faces?
Maybe I don't want to remember it, thank you. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Have you stayed in London this whole time?
No, I went up to Scotland for a few years, stay with family.
I'm
Come
gonna
back
take
down,
that
try and
moment.
make a fresh start, a new job.
I want to take that moment while they're in the middle of answering the question, that last question, and I'm going to try to make an intimidate roll and then lean in and say, no one asked you if you wanted to remember. We asked you what about the tentacles. And
Make me an intimidation check, please. Please. I don't know. Like, it was. I don't know.
What do you remember? Do you remember tentacles or not?
They came out of the river. They cold and clammy. And Augusta said she'd feed me to them, and then
tentacles or yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. I don't. Please. Stop
there you go.
Stop it.
I'll stop. That's all you had to do.
When was your last time in London? When did you come back?
About 2 years ago, I came back.
Have you or have you not been into the Red Lion?
Where you say it was Wapping? I mean, I don't really go to Wapping. It's not. I think it's too near the water. I don't.
You have a fear of water?
Excuse my language, Mom. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk like that with a lady present. Of course I have a fear of water. Like, there's things living in the Thames, watching us.
Mm-hmm.
They want to drown us. They want to sink this city. And bring us all down to join them. And as long as there's any single Belfont left alive, we're not safe.
How many are left alive?
One, the guy in the sanatorium.
But we don't know how much of his mother's family is in on this.
Oh,
My sentiments exactly.
Even whatever it was about them. William Belfont, the father, he was a collector, but she was like Augusta. She wasn't human. It was the mother. She wasn't human.
And you hadn't met any of her family?
No, they were fishermen, shipbuilders, something. They lived by the sea.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm sorry we disturbed your peace. I think we've gotten everything we needed. Thank you.
Sorry, I shouldn't pull up. It was just a shock. The dreams, just you turning up like this was not what I expected.
You've been having dreams?
Yeah.
Maddie
Sounds
sits back
insane.
down.
Just nightmares, really. A city sunken under the water. Things down there in the depths, and something down there, something. It's just nightmares, just worry about things, but they've been getting more frequent this last couple of years. This last few months especially.
I suppose that's possible.
I kept worrying that, something would come back, that she would come back.
I don't know if she would come back. But it's possible that Charles has spread some influence. We're trying to address that.
Franco, from your successful psychology role, you get the impression this man is genuinely quite scared. Very scared, in fact, and worried. More so after Augusta spoke to him.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look up at him and just say sorry.
Right, she's gone, right?
Yes. I think so.
Charles thinks so as well.
Good.
But there are a lot of family left. Brothers of the mother. Brothers of Ida.
I never really thought much about. I guess I'd always thought it was a Belfont problem. I hadn't. I know they said they had cousins, but I'd never. Oh God. There's more of them. There's more of them.
We'll see what we can do. If you
I
hear
would
it,
suggest, if you are able to, take a trip over to the continent. Spend a few years there.
No.
Away
I don't want to
from
go on
the
a boat.
sea.
I'm not going on a boat.
I know how you feel, but it might be safer for you to get away from London.
I still got family in Edinburgh. It's near the sea, but I mean,
if they try to
bit of
contact,
sea, right?
if they try to contact you, let us know, because your name that's coming up with a related family of the Belfonts. That doesn't smell good, mate.
No.
Doesn't actually need to be something, right? I mean, your name is very common. Might just be somebody not wanting their name to use their own name. Right? It's gonna be a coincidence.
It's possible,
Let's hope
but
so.
we don't know. We should let you alone to recover. And we're sorry to disturb your peace. I will stand up and move towards the front door.
Okay. And as you depart the Smith household, and think that is possibly a good place to leave things off for tonight. Seems a fitting end point.